Hi, and welcome to my presentation about artificial intelligence shaping. So, just to introduce a little bit of what I'm going to be talking about, I wanted to review what is artificial intelligence. And it's really changing everything about how our daily lives operate. It's integrated into our homes, it's integrated into our jobs, in our vehicles, and beyond, and really changing how we live. So I'm here to talk about my first of two AI programs I chose to look at. The first one being Google Cloud Text to Speech AI. I want to look first at the tech features that I really enjoyed about this program. The first is the high quality voices. I originally recorded this video and had this as my example, but what I realized is when I did a screen recording, it doesn't allow you to hear the audio. But when I do play the audio, the language that you select, obviously it doesn't translate it into the language from English to whatever you're selecting, which is kind of what I originally thought. But what it does is it kind of changes the accent for you. So you're getting a real life, idea of how an Italian person might say this phrase. So it's available in multiple languages and voice types as well. And you can choose the audio device profile that you're streaming it through. You can customize the speech rate, you can customize the pitch and the volume, as well as add pauses and emphasis to the speech, which is how real speech works. In a lot of the earlier programs, it was very robotic and you were very limited into the options. Um, you can highlight words and sentences as they're spoken, which aids in the visual comprehension of the text on the page. And you can generate this audio and you can stream it in real time, which makes it very suitable for interactive application. So those are the top four, tech features of this program. With the paid program, you're going to be able to customize it. You're going to be able to tune it a little bit more. There's obviously more features as you have purchase and pay for it on a monthly basis. So, so obviously the language is a huge instructional benefit. You can provide correct pronunciation models and facilitate comprehension exercises for students, especially if they're learning how to speak English. Um, for example, we have a student from the Ukraine in our school. She typically carries around an iPad. So if she were to use this type of program, we could select Ukrainian. Actually, that's a great thought. Let's see if that is an option. It would be hard to tell because it's written in the language. But if I had to presume, it is a common language that it is available on here. So that would be something, being able to tailor the speech output to an individual learner's preferences and also whatever they need. Earlier I spoke to about, programs that were being more robotic. And this type of program really could support students with disabilities in giving them more variety in the activities that they can do for learning. And this, of course, also helps out with a benefit of being accessible, visual impairments, reading difficulties. It'll enable them to better be able to access the content. And even those, that can't speak or something like that, like they can cater it to what they need as well. So, I already alluded to some potential implementations, especially for language learners in the classroom, being able to practice and pronunciation and doing not learning, listening exercises. You could provide audio material of what you're teaching simultaneously with the visual content. It makes it more accessible to a diverse types of learners. Um, Students would be able to access digital content like ebooks, and articles online versus just the physical book. And also that reaches out to documents, online documents, textbooks, lecture notes, whatever it may be. Um, and the format really does work increasingly so for students with disabilities or students that are just at a lower reading level and they're working on their way up, because I have students that are more than capable academically, but their reading level's low, so it takes them longer to access the content that I'm teaching, you know. Overall, Google Cloud text to speech AI really offers versatile abilities, accessibilities, ways to personalize your learning and to offer instruction in different modalities. So here's the second program I chose to look at, which is AVA. Not sure that's how you pronounce it, but the reason I chose this program was because I'm really interested in music, and I liked that it was a music composition platform, and thought maybe this is something I could bring back to the music teacher at our school. So obviously, it's a composition program. So they use different algorithms to compose original music across different genres as well as styles. So I thought I'd try creating a track. So I can check it, create a track from a style, from a chord progression, step by step, or from an influence. And I'm curious what that means. So I'm going to click that one instead. Oh, okay. So it looks like you can drop an audio file here, um, or use an existing influence. And I obviously don't have an existing influence. So let's go back and try from a style. All right. I'm going to choose techno because we're in the tech world. So let's create a style. The key signature. Oh, any major, I think, is fine. A major key's good. Duration, let's make it less than 30 seconds. Number of compositions, just one. And with my Google Cloud video, I noticed that if audio is playing while I'm screen recording, it might not come through. So let's see what that does. It's going to create a track with those items. So if you can't hear it, I'll let you know how good it sounds. And if it's bad, I'll still let you know how good it sounds. All right, come on. Let's see. All right, still loading. All right, let's see how it sounds. All right, so if you can't hear it, it's pretty catchy and does a great job with those things that I asked it to do. It's an ensemble, techno source. There's an editing program so you can customize it and input certain parameters, like if you want a certain melody, chords, bass, extras, percussion. You can influence the style, and this program can, obviously, with a paid subscription to it, can generate full musical scores and arrangements, including melodies, harmonies, and accompaniments, which is great when it comes to, like, if you're a piano teacher and you're having to accompany a singer, you can create an accompaniment based on the music of the song. And also it can integrate with musical production software, which can enable even further editing and generating even greater compositions. So, instructional benefits. So, this probably won't work as well, I think, with an elementary music teacher because their curriculum is very different. But if you are high school level or college level or grad school level, I feel like composition exploration would be a great addition when using this program, because then you can explore different music styles, you can explore different genres and different techniques through this music, and you can spark creativity in students and innovation by the limitless possibilities that AI offers in music composition. You can analyze music through this program as well as critically think about the music that you're putting out and also comparing musics as well. You can facilitate activities with partners, can create, someone can create the harmony and someone can create the melody. You can supplement just traditional music education by providing access to these composition tools for students to create music from diverse backgrounds, also. And that leads me to, let's go back. There's also radio stations on here, which I think is a great addition. So it could open the doors for students to explore multiple genres of music that maybe they haven't experienced before. Meditation's really good. A jazz lounge bar. I can just imagine what that vibe is. EDM, hip hop, medieval. It really just opens your world to different music styles that normally students might not be exposed to. So potential ways, you mean you could do this in your classroom. I know I've been speaking more from a music teacher standpoint, but really you could do this with plenty of other places. Um, but first, of course, talking with musical education programs. You can supplement your traditional instruction with hands on composition work. If you teach students about how to compose a piece and then you're like, all right, try to compose a piece of your own, I think that really could spark some creativity in students that they may not know they were interested in this before. If you have a workshop where it's just for composition ears or whatever you may call it. They can use this to create musical pieces like that. You know, um, One of my friends had the goal of becoming a music therapist. And I think that this type of program definitely could be used in that role. You could express yourself emotionally, it can promote relaxation, and could really be used to just be a therapeutic way to let out your creative flow. Just let your creativity flow. And also, overall, it just really opens up the door for music education, creativity, and exploration, and can really empower students to engage with music and music composition in new and exciting ways. Comparing adaptive and personalized learning reveals significant differences besides the shared traits. In adaptive learning, you need personalized recommendations based on data analytics, and opposite in personalized learning, where students are more actively molding their learning journey to suit their interests and needs. Another contrast relies in the reliance on data. Adaptive heavily depends on these tailored learning materials and activities, whereas personalized learning prioritizes student input and feedback for customization.